Next is the Transformers Generations Legacy Velocitron Speedia 500 Collection Deluxe Class Decepticon Crasher. I picked up this figure from Hobby Corner for about $27 US. Let's get her out of packaging. And here is the GoBot Renegade Crasher out of packaging, and this figure looks terrific. I know it's a repaint, it's a redeco, but they did an absolutely phenomenal job with this figure. The paint apps look great, details look great. That new head sculpt is absolutely fantastic. I got her posed right now with the stomp gimmick. We got some blast effects right there. You can fit some blast effects on her weapons, but on her feet, that blast effect is actually pegged in. And if you remember the old GoBot cartoon, Crasher actually had that main weapon. She would stomp the floor, and that would send out a huge bolt of lightning to just destroy the GoBot Guardians. I thought that was a pretty cool, neat weapon. It's a shame we didn't get any blast effects with this figure, but nevertheless, it's a great repaint. Let's take a closer look at the details of this figure. Now, if you didn't already know, Crasher is a redeco of the Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy Kingdom Deluxe Class Mirage. They did the exact same body sculpt. The weapons are entirely the same. They just gave us a brand new head sculpt, and that head sculpt looks absolutely phenomenal. Let me give you a closer look at the details of that head sculpt. Look at that. It really looks nice, and it's a great homage to the old 80s cartoon, The Challenge of the GoBots. She was one of the enforcers of Psy-Kill. Now, for those who need their memories refreshed, this is how Crasher looked like on the show. And I do like the fact that they've really tried to get that pink face on that head sculpt. It just looks really nice. It's a little stylized, but I do appreciate it. I do prefer it over the very cartoony look of Crasher's head on the show. Here's a look at the original Crasher toy before it was GoBots. I think in Japan it was called Machine Robo. Anyway, when they moved it to the US, they rebranded it as GoBots. And she actually turned into a race car that's nothing like Mirage's alt mode. It's, I believe it's a Porsche 956, something like that. So it's a little curious that they chose Mirage to redeco and repaint as Crasher, but nevertheless, I think it turned out great. You can see amazing paint applications on this figure. The black is a high gloss, black shiny finish. I just really love how it shines, and it feels so premium. The weapons are molded in black plastic, very akin to the kind of plastic they use for Kingdom Mirage. It's a shame that the weapons are unpainted. And part of me kind of wishes they were white plastic instead of black plastic. I don't know why. Anyway, so great details on the head sculpt, great paint apps on the body. And as far as mold degradation goes, there's hardly any. The joints are still super, super tight. They really protected this mold, because I think this is the second or third version of this mold. After Leadfoot. Yeah, Leadfoot was the first redeco. This was the second redeco, and they've kept it. They've kept that mold very well, and it doesn't have any looseness to it. Transformation. Go ahead and remove the weapons. Put them off to the side. Rotate the spoiler pieces. Fold up the fists. Unpeg the shoulders. Then unpeg the back part. Rotate the wheels out, rotate that head, and then tuck it back in, tab it back in place. Lift up the upper torso, rotate the shoulder pieces up like that. Okay, the legs, rotate thighs, unpeg the shin pieces and fold up the feet. Peg the shin piece and fold up the feet. Front wheels are going to rotate out, and then you're going to combine the leg pieces. It's best to do it this way instead of just popping them in together. Okay, and then these pieces, they're just going to slide up and fold. This is actually the most annoying bit of the transformation. These shin pieces just tabbing in. There's a really thick peg right there that slides onto the thigh. Okay, and then finally just lower the arms down. Combine the forearms, combine the spoiler, and then just tab those forearms onto those shin pieces. And there we have Crasher, now a Decepticon, moved from the Renegades. Now she's a Decepticon in her Formula race car alt mode, not the Porsche 956 alt mode. You can obviously plug the weapons back here if you wanted to, but she looks really great in alt mode. You can really appreciate that high gloss black finish on some of the pieces right here. It's a shame they couldn't paint the entire figure in that high gloss paint. That would have been really, really awesome. But the alt mode looks absolutely phenomenal. Very happy with it. And for comparison, here are the other two versions of the mold. We have the Kingdom Mirage and the Rag and Rule Leadfoot. And I think she's still the best version of the mold. All these figures look great, but I just really love the Crasher colors on this mold. Now, one of the issues in terms of quality control on the paint apps that you need to look out for this figure is right here on the front part of the car. Now, since she is packaged in alt mode, it's easier to spot it. And this issue is similar to the issue that we had with the Kingdom Mirage, and it's the misaligned Autobot logo. This one's actually pretty cool. It's slightly misaligned. Now, I've actually seen some copies of this figure in the shop where I bought it from that had the misaligned 01. Like this one was a little lower than this one, is a little bit higher. This one was the most perfect one I could find. And it's the same for Leadfoot. Sometimes the 3 is off, or a 9 is higher or lower than the other one. So just be wary of that. Just make sure that the 0 and 1 do line up before purchasing your Crasher figure. So some final thoughts on this Transformers Legacy Crasher. I think Hasbro did a phenomenal job with this redeco. The paint apps are absolutely fantastic. There's no mold degradation. We got a really, really nice homage to the old Renegade GoBot Crasher with that brand new head sculpt. The figure is going to get a 10 out of 10. I just wish it came with some blast effects, but overall, I'm very, very pleased with it. Now, I have her here posed with two other figures. We've got Wreck-Gar and Spinister, and you could probably guess where this is headed. I'm kind of hoping Hasbro redecos these two other figures as Cop Tour and Psykill. That would be so amazing to complete the Renegade trio. And of course, we should get the rest of the Guardians. We've got Leader 1, Scooter, and Turbo. I'm sure Hasbro can pick molds to do that. Maybe Needle Nose could be Leader 1. Turbo could be any one of the cars like Sideswipe or Sunstreaker. And then Scooter would be probably a brand new mold. I don't know. But this is exciting times if you're a GoBot fan. I mean, that's one of the cartoons I watched every Saturday mornings. Some great memories, some nostalgia, a lot of nostalgia with this figure because of the character she represents. I really enjoyed this figure. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think of this Transformers Legacy Velocitron Speedia 500 Deluxe Class Renegade Crasher. Hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my latest video reviews. And if it's your first time here, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.